Hey guys, this is New Generation HVAC. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, what I want to go ahead and do is show you guys how to go ahead and prepare the copper tubing for whenever we're ready to braze. In my last video, I showed you guys how to go ahead and unravel the copper tubing. Remember to put your hand, unravel it so it'll unravel straight. And also we use the tube cutter. That tube cutter is very essential to understand how to cut the copper tubing properly. Now, if we go ahead and continue that step, the next step would be to prepare the copper piece or the copper tubing for whenever, let's say, we're going to go ahead and replace an evaporator coil, or there was a leak or a kink in one of the copper tubings. We got to go ahead and remove that leak and that kink and then prepare the copper tubing, and then we'll go ahead and braze it. So now, if we were to go ahead and cut a copper piece of this tubing, what tends to happen is after we use that cutter, this is what's left after we cut that piece. If you see how it's kind of indented or bent in like this, so that right there is if we leave something like this in the system, then what tends to happen is that it may cause a restriction in the system, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So we got to go ahead and remove something like this. Before we do that, what we got to go ahead and do is, once again, as we're preparing the copper, we got to do this properly. Now, we're going to go ahead and use this piece right here. Now, this right here is called an emery cloth, all right? So, or some individuals call it sandpaper. This right here, we're going to go ahead and use this sandpaper, and what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start to clean the copper piece as best as we can. And we can see how it's starting to bring that shiny back in that piece of copper. We'll check it out. You see how it's starting to bring all that shiny out? That's what we're going to go ahead and do, all right? After we bring the shiny out of the copper and we remove as much as we can, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to use this tool right here. This tool right here is called a deburring tool. This tool, as you can see, it has a blade on the front side, and then it has this piece where it swivels. What's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and use this piece, and look how that is going to go ahead and be removed. So what I'm going to go and do is stick it in there. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go around. I'm going to go ahead and go around and around. And you can see how it's removing that. And you see how I removed it? And then we could see the difference right here on this one right here. All right. So after we removed that bad piece from the copper, in this case, we removed that type of maybe small restriction from the copper. Now we go ahead and move on to the next step. The next step is to be able to swage or use a coupling to connect the copper pieces together. Now I have these other cool tools right here that are able to or allow us to go ahead and complete that task. One of the tools that I have is this hand swager right here. If you go ahead and see it, this right here has, you could say, different levels. What that means is that it has different sizes, or you're able to swage different copper tubing sizes. From a 1/4 inch, I believe this one goes all the way up to a 7/8. So 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, and once again, 7/8. How we use this tool is, well, now after we deburred the piece and we cleaned it, what we're going to go ahead and do is find the correct side of the copper tubing size that we have or that we're working with, and we're going to go ahead and insert that piece towards that end. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll open it a bit, allow it to slide in, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go ahead and expand my copper piece. So it's going to go ahead and expand it all the way. And then what's going to happen is it's going to allow me to go ahead and put another piece of copper on this side. So I already have one that I already made earlier, and it came out to something like this. And you can see where it's been expanded, and you can see where it's gotten wider. Now, how do I know if I made a proper swage on the copper tubing? In order for me to find out how I made a copper swage, is I'm going to go ahead and grab another piece of copper. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and grab the back piece of this copper right here, and I'm going to use that as my measurement point. The swage from start of my copper to the end of the swage, which is all the way over here, should be the same size as my copper. In this case, I'm using a 3/8 copper. If I go ahead and I place that right on the bottom like this, you see how it's the same size? So that means that my swage right there came out properly. Now, what's going to happen is that I'm going to go ahead and grab my other piece, and I see how I just clean those copper pieces together. Now I'm able to insert those two pieces together. This piece right there is ready for me to go ahead and braze. Now, another thing that we could go ahead and use, instead of using this tool right here, is this piece right here. This right here is called a coupling. This coupling right here, how it works is that it has two swage insides. What happens is that I'll get my two copper pieces together, and instead of using the tool, I'm able to use this copper piece and this copper piece, and look at what's going to happen. And there I have it. You see, now I'm ready for me to go ahead and braze. The difference between me using a coupling and me using a swage is that how many pieces, or in this case, how many ends do I have to braze from the swaging compared to the one with my coupling? Well, the answer is simple. I only had to braze one time, or there's only one possibility of me having a leak on this one compared to this one. So it's recommended that you go ahead and use a swage instead of a coupling. In any case where you can't make a swage, then that's okay. You could go ahead and use a coupling instead. Now, another cool tool that I have here, it's called a tube expander. I want to go ahead and show it to you guys. This is a very neat tool that you guys can go ahead and use. Any of these tools that I have here, the emery cloth, you can go ahead and get the deburrer. The deburrer does come with the expanding tool, or also this hand swager. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link on the description below in this video. You can go ahead and take a look at them. You go ahead and purchase them if you want, so you can go ahead and have them on your arsenal for whenever you need them and you're doing jobs out there in the field. So check it out. I want to go ahead and show you this tube expander right here. This tube expander is very, very neat. Now this piece, or this deburring tool, actually comes right here with this kit. This, what it is that you have your manual expander here, and then you have these heads right here that come with the kit, and you're able to use them with the different copper sizes that you're working with. It does come with a copper cutter, and then you have another reaming tool. That's pretty neat. This toolkit right here, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to be able to use it. So check it out. I'm going to go ahead and grab the tool right here. I'm going to extend this backwards. And then the copper size that I'm using, remember that, is 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 3/8 head that I need. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. What happens is I'm going to go ahead and grab a copper piece that I already have prepared for this part of the video. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down right here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the proper copper piece. What I'm going to go ahead and do is, once again, I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. After I went and I cleaned it out, I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm now going to use this tool. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it like this. I'm going to go ahead and put my copper piece in here. And if you want to go ahead and get a little bit closer to go ahead and see how this tool works. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to squeeze this. I'm going to grab these two levers here. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze. You see what happened there? It swaged it, or it expanded. Now what I'm able to do is I'm able to remove this out of the way. I grab another piece of copper, and look how it fits inside. Check it out. There you go. You see that? How long did it take me? Not that long. That right there is a pretty neat tool to have in your arsenal for whenever you're doing jobs out there in the field. Remember, time is money, so sometimes we got to go ahead and move a little bit quicker. Does this not save us time? Yes, it does. All right. So these are the cool tools and equipment, materials that we have to go ahead and be able to use out there in the field to make our jobs a lot easier. These aren't the only tools that are out there. Some that are, battery powered, other types of tools that you may encounter. Whatever you guys feel comfortable using out there in the field, by all means, go ahead and use it. So on the next video, we're going to go ahead and now get these prepared pieces. We're going to go ahead and set up the torch, and we're going to go ahead and braze the copper pieces together. So stick around for that video. And that being said, well, I'll go ahead and I'll see you on the next one.